Welcome to the Hollywood Secrets Information. In this video, we are diving deep into the golden age of cinema, exploring the most dashing, charming, and irresistibly handsome actors who defined the look of Hollywood's glamorous past. These were the men whose presence on screen captured the hearts of millions and whose style, charisma, and talent still inspire actors and fans today. From matinee idols of the 1930s to rugged heartthrobs of the 1950s, old Hollywood gave us timeless gentlemen whose faces graced posters, magazines, and the silver screen with unmatched elegance. Today, we'll uncover the fascinating lives and careers of 17 of the most handsome actors from that unforgettable era. So grab some popcorn, and let's step back into the spotlight of Hollywood's golden years. 1. Cary Grant. Cary Grant was the definition of debonair. With his sophisticated British accent, tall frame, and mischievous smile, Grant was Hollywood's ultimate gentleman. Born Archibald Leach in Bristol, England, he transformed himself into an American icon, starring in films like North by Northwest, Charade, and An Affair to Remember. His perfectly tailored suits, smooth mannerisms, and effortless charm made him the dream man for audiences worldwide. Grant's timeless appeal is why many critics still rank him as one of the most stylish men to ever grace Hollywood. 2. Clark Gable. Known as the King of Hollywood, Clark Gable had rugged good looks and a masculine presence that made him unforgettable. His performance as Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind remains legendary. With his trademark mustache, confident swagger, and deep voice, Gable embodied masculinity in its purest form. Off-screen, he lived an adventurous life, even serving in World War II as a gunner. Women adored him, and men respected him. Gable was the epitome of old-school Hollywood handsomeness. 3. Rock Hudson. Tall, broad-shouldered, and impossibly handsome, Rock Hudson was the quintessential matinee idol of the 1950s. He starred in romantic comedies alongside Doris Day as well as dramatic hits like Giant with Elizabeth Taylor and James Dean. Hudson's striking looks and wholesome persona made him one of Universal Pictures' biggest stars. Despite personal struggles he faced privately, his on-screen charm and presence made him a legend and an enduring symbol of Hollywood masculinity. 4. Errol Flynn. The original Hollywood swashbuckler, Errol Flynn became famous for his roguish charm, devilish grin, and adventurous spirit. Flynn starred in Captain Blood, The Adventures of Robin Hood, and The Sea Hawk, thrilling audiences with daring sword fights and dashing romantic scenes. His off-screen life was just as wild as his on-screen persona, filled with scandals, romances, and fast living. Flynn's magnetic charisma and rugged handsomeness turned him into one of the great heartthrobs of the 1930s and 1940s. 5. James Dean. Although his career was tragically short, James Dean became an icon of youth, beauty, and rebellion. With his brooding good looks, soulful eyes, and signature red jacket in Rebel Without a Cause, Dean embodied the restless spirit of the 1950s generation. Films like East of Eden and Giant showcased his raw talent and natural charisma. He died at just 24 in a car accident, but his image as a handsome rebel remains eternal, securing his place as one of Hollywood's most handsome legends. 6. Gregory Peck. Gregory Peck wasn't just handsome, he radiated dignity, integrity, and warmth. His tall frame, deep voice, and piercing eyes made him unforgettable in films like Roman Holiday, Gentleman's Agreement, and his Oscar-winning role in To Kill a Mockingbird. Peck's classic good looks and his reputation as one of Hollywood's most honorable gentlemen set him apart. He had the rare ability to combine rugged masculinity with compassion, making him both a heartthrob and a role model. 7. Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift had an intensity and vulnerability that set him apart from his peers. With his delicate features, soulful expression, and brooding aura, Clift represented a new kind of handsomeness in Hollywood, the sensitive, tortured artist. He starred in films like A Place in the Sun, From Here to Eternity, and The Misfits. Despite personal struggles, Clift's striking appearance and emotional performances captivated audiences, making him a tragic yet unforgettable Hollywood heartthrob. 8. Tyrone Power. One of Hollywood's greatest leading men of the 1930s and 40s, Tyrone Power was famed for his strikingly handsome face and matinee idol appeal. He played romantic heroes in films like The Mark of Zorro and Blood and Sand and proved his range in dramas and war films as well. Power was considered one of the most photogenic men of his time. His dark, classic features made him irresistible to audiences and cemented his place as one of Hollywood's most attractive actors. 9. Marlon Brando. Few actors could match the raw magnetism of Marlon Brando. When he burst onto the screen in A Streetcar Named Desire, his smoldering good looks and dangerous energy changed Hollywood forever. Brando's youthful beauty in On the Waterfront and later rugged charm in The Godfather made him one of the most admired men in film history. Brando was more than just handsome, he was electrifying, and his intense presence left audiences spellbound. 10. William Holden. William Holden combined boyish charm with masculine appeal. Handsome, confident, and versatile, Holden starred in classics like Sunset Boulevard, Stalag 17, and The Bridge on the River Kwai. His sandy hair, engaging smile, and relatable presence made him a favorite among fans. Holden had a rugged quality that made him attractive without being unattainable, cementing his image as one of Hollywood's most handsome and respected actors of the 1950s. 11. Paul Newman. With his piercing blue eyes, athletic build, and mischievous grin, Paul Newman was arguably one of the most attractive men to ever step in front of a camera. He starred in films like Cool Hand Luke, The Hustler, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Newman's looks were matched by his immense talent, and off-screen, his loyalty to wife Joanne Woodward and his charitable work made him even more admired. He was proof that true handsomeness is a combination of appearance, character, and charisma. 12. Tony Curtis. Tony Curtis had matinee idol looks with his dark hair, striking eyes, and charming smile. He was a Hollywood heartthrob who captivated audiences in Some Like It Hot, Spartacus, and Houdini. Curtis embodied the energetic, youthful appeal of 1950s Hollywood. His good looks were often compared to Cary Grant's, and he maintained a playful, stylish aura that made him one of the most admired handsome stars of his time. 13. Rudolph Valentino. Long before the others, Rudolph Valentino was Hollywood's first great screen lover. Known as the Latin Lover, Valentino starred in silent films like The Sheik and Blood and Sand. His exotic looks, dark eyes, and smoldering presence created mass hysteria among female fans in the 1920s. When he died suddenly at the age of 31, it sparked national mourning. Valentino's legendary status as Hollywood's original heartthrob still resonates today. 14. Alain Delon. Although primarily a French star, Alain Delon made his way into Hollywood in the 1960s and was considered one of the most beautiful men in the world. With chiseled features, striking blue eyes, and a magnetic screen presence, Delon appeared in films like Purple Noon and The Leopard. His sophisticated European style blended perfectly with old Hollywood glamour, cementing him as one of cinema's most handsome icons. 15. Robert Taylor. Robert Taylor was often called the man with the perfect profile. With his classic good looks, dark hair, and polished demeanor, Taylor was MGM's golden boy in the 1930s and 1940s. He starred in films like Camille, Waterloo Bridge, and Quo Vadis. Taylor embodied elegance and sophistication, making him one of the studio's most bankable stars. His sharp jawline and movie star features made him a timeless icon of Hollywood handsomeness. 16. Steve McQueen. Known as the King of Cool, Steve McQueen wasn't just handsome, he was effortlessly stylish. With his rugged features, piercing eyes, and rebellious aura, McQueen became the ultimate anti-hero in films like Bullet, The Great Escape, and The Thomas Crown Affair. He had a natural masculinity and charisma that made him irresistible to both men and women. McQueen's blend of toughness and charm continues to define what it means to be cool and handsome in Hollywood. 17. John Derek. John Derek, though less remembered than some, was undeniably one of Hollywood's most strikingly handsome actors. With sculpted features, piercing eyes, and a commanding presence, Derek starred in films like Knock on Any Door and All the King's Men. His beauty often overshadowed his acting career, but he became a cultural icon thanks to his marriages to glamorous women like Ursula Andress and Bo Derek. Derek remains a symbol of Hollywood's classic male beauty. The golden age of Hollywood gave us a gallery of men who were more than just handsome faces. They were icons of style, charisma, and talent, actors whose presence defined an era of glamour that the world still remembers with awe. Whether it was Cary Grant's sophistication, James Dean's rebellious youth, or Paul Newman's piercing blue eyes, these men represented the very best of Hollywood. Their legacy lives on not only in their films but also in the timeless image of what it means to be a leading man. Even today, when we think of classic handsomeness, it is their faces that come to mind. And that wraps up our journey into the 17 most handsome old Hollywood actors. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Hollywood secrets and stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.